And all eyes on Egypt, where negotiations for Trump's 20-point peace plan will be taking place after 2 years of fighting and thousands dead. Speaking to reporters outside the White House this morning, Donald Trump says he expects the remaining 47 Israeli hostages to be released, quote, very soon.
They're in negotiation right now as we speak. They've started the negotiation. It'll last a couple of days. We'll see how it turns out, but I'm hearing it's going very well.
Joining us now, Anthony Glees, security and intelligence expert with the University of Buckingham. Anthony, good to have you back on the program. Welcome. What do you make of Hamas and this idea that they have agreed to release hostages, at least privately, but no movement yet on de-arming themselves or fleeing?
Well, Ryan, I think what we have to think about is what Hamas wanted when it took the hostages. The hostages were a kind of bargaining chip of last resort. And in my view, it's perfectly logical, makes good sense to say to Hamas, release the hostages and, excuse me, then we'll come up with a deal about what to do for Gaza next. But I don't think that Hamas will take that line because the hostages are the bargaining chip of last resort. Hamas will say, no, let's talk about our future. Let's talk about our future in a new Gaza. And once we've agreed that, then we'll agree to release the hostages. So they're playing with the hostages here. And that says to me that there won't be any deal anytime soon. Hamas are not afraid of being obliterated. They're fanatical jihadi killers, and suicide, which is what it would be, holds no threats for them. They all think they're going to go to paradise if they carry on doing what they're doing. So, yes, Trump wants this peace. He, in a way, speaks for all of us. We all of us want this awful, failed war to stop. But you're dealing with people who aren't interested in negotiation, aren't interested in the Gazan people. They wouldn't, there haven't been an election for 2 decades in Gaza. They don't care how many Gazans are killed. And as for Netanyahu, this militates strongly in his favor. He'll say, look, I always knew it's a waste of time. Let's get cracking and turn 99% of the place into rubble and kill a lot of them, and then it'll be over. So it's actually, for me, a gloomy outlook, Ryan.
Yeah, it is a gloomy outlook. We mentioned the word peace, but we're not seeing any of it. And as you say, by this time next week, if we're to believe Trump and Netanyahu, and what you're saying is true about how eager Hamas is to actually negotiate, by the end of next week, we could see the IDF in there completely clean slating the place.
I think so. I mean, Trump has said to Hamas in very clear terms, you've got to accept this deal right now or the entire place will be rubble. To us on the outside, it looks as if the entire place is rubble, but we've got to remember the Israelis, one of the many egregious errors that Netanyahu has made has been not to let journalists in to film what's going on. So it does look to us as if the whole place is rubble already, but it may not be. And the idea that even more thousands of people will be slaughtered in Gaza, Netanyahu says 68% of them are supporters of Hamas, but there's no evidence to believe that. Nobody knows, and most Gazans just want, like you and me, to live their lives out in peace and goodwill to their neighbors. So it is desperately serious, and one just hopes that international pressure will actually tell Hamas that time is up, they've got to go. But I don't think they'll listen.
Anthony, appreciate that analysis as always. Anthony Glees, security and intelligence expert, University of Buckingham in Oxford in the UK, for us this morning.